Check. Can't check that off till it's done. Check. Can't check. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that yet. Check.
Vir, viri, viro, virum, viro.
Vir is Latin for what word?
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Petroff. It's Nancy Drew.
What's happened? How's Linda?
She's fine. I mean, she's no worse, at least as far as I can tell.
That's good news, I suppose. What can I do for you?
Did Linda say anything to you about finding a secret passageway?
No. Linda told you she found a secret passageway?
Yes. Do you think she wasn't telling the truth?
I don't know. Given her fragile state of mind, what's true and what she thinks is true may well be two different things, that's all.
When you were here visiting Linda, did you ever see or hear anything odd?
Yes, Mrs. Drake. Why do you ask?
Blackmoor Manor looks like the kind of place that most people would assume is haunted, don't you think?
Frankly, I was too worried about Linda to take notice of much of anything there. Except that most of the rooms I saw looked like they'd been decorated by a medieval monkey.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petroff.
Thanks, Nancy.
This is Paliki.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Could I ask you some questions about lycanthropy?
I'm sorry, I'm about to leave for a seminar and I'm very busy. Besides, I've written 2 books and 12 articles on the subject. If you have questions, perhaps you should try reading one of them.
It's just that your writing makes you sound so knowledgeable that I felt compelled to talk to you.
Your attempt to win me over with flattery is as transparent as it is feeble. But it works. What do you want to know?
What do you consider to be the definitive signs that someone is turning into some kind of animal?
Symptoms are relatively subtle. A dry mouth, fatigue, impaired vision, and reduced blood flow to the skin. Is this person pale?
Yes, but the really disturbing thing is, she won't let anyone see her. She just lies in bed all day behind this curtain.
And at night, what does she do at night?
I can't be sure, but I do know that I saw something outside the night I arrived, some kind of animal. And when I asked to see my friend, I was told she was unavailable.
This sounds very promising.
You don't really believe she's turning into some kind of creature, do you?
Young lady, I believe the human mind is capable of far more than we can ever imagine. Pale skin, dry mouth, fatigue. The human mind is perfectly capable of causing the body to exhibit such symptoms, if it is so motivated.
What would motivate someone to turn into an animal?
Most lycanthropes are under a great deal of stress, due perhaps to the death of a loved one, marriage, divorce, a relocation, that sort of thing. They're emotionally vulnerable, which means they're particularly open to the power of suggestion.
Someone suggests they become a lycanthrope?
Not in so many words, of course. Somehow they get it in their head that they're destined to take another form. They see something, they read something, someone says something to them. Somehow they come to believe they're supposed to undergo a physical metamorphosis, and so, in their weakened psychological state, they do.
Do you think seeing an ancient curse would be enough to send someone, over the lycanthropic edge?
Absolutely. Of course, a person cannot morph into XYZ if that person has no idea what XYZ is. She has to have some prior knowledge of the creature she thinks she has been condemned to become. A book, a website, a movie, a play, a casual anecdote, any number of things could provide her subconscious brain with clues as to how she is to look, feel, and behave in her altered form.
Are temper tantrums symptomatic of lycanthropy?
There are no hard and fast rules when it comes to lycanthropy, or almost anything else for that matter. But if someone believes that what they're changing into is irrational, or has a bad temper, then they will exhibit irrational, ill-tempered behavior, especially if this is contrary to their former nature.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
This is not a good time.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Yes?
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
It stopped working.
Yes?
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child. Yes?
I'd like to play the card machine in the Great Hall, but it's broken.
It's not broken. I removed its crank, as it was proving to be too much of a distraction for Jane. I suppose I could see where it's gone to. But in the meantime, be a dear and do something for me, would you?
Sure.
Do you see that hodgepodge of plants over there? They're my prize seedlings. I had them perfectly arranged in that box, so I could easily move them about to catch the light. Unfortunately, Jane took all of them out when I wasn't looking, and now for the life of me I cannot get them back in the box so that they all fit. Why don't you give it a try while I see about that crank? If we both succeed, we shall both be happy, if you catch my meaning. Remember, they must all fit in that box!
There.
Yes?
I managed to get all those seedlings back in the box.
Wonderful. And I managed to find that crank. There you go.
Great, thank you. Goodbye.
Good day.
Very good. And now the plural?
Pueri.
Come back later, please.
Je suis tout et...
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Top of the morning to you, matey.
How about a hint?
Lulu hungry. Lulu want cake first.
A cake, huh? All right, I'll see what I can do.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I'm afraid we're busy.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell. Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
I haven't done that yet.
Come back later, please.
Hugh Penvillin here.
Hello, Mr. Penvillin. This is Nancy Drew. I'm the one who's visiting Linda. You know, from the United States, across the pond.
Yes, of course. Are you at Blackmoor?
Yes, I am, and I've talked to Linda.
Good for you, because frankly, that's something I've been quite unable to do lately. These temper tantrums of hers make rational discourse well nigh impossible.
How long have these tantrums been going on?
Ever since I left for Italy. We'll be talking on the phone about the weather or Jane's lessons or something equally innocuous, and suddenly she'll be bellowing at me and slamming the phone down.
Are you sure you didn't inadvertently say something, argumentative?
I promise you, these rages of hers are totally uncalled for and quite unbearable. I love her dearly, but she's making things very difficult.
I understand that Mrs. Drake is your aunt?
Yes, Aunt Letitia. We're not very close, however. She's always been rather aloof, much more interested in being a Penvillin than a person, if you know what I mean.
She seems kind of irritable.
That's putting it mildly. But then I imagine she's feeling a bit insecure. She's getting on in years and she's alone and she's totally dependent upon me. Financially, that is. Although there is the 6-month habitation clause.
The what?
According to the Penvillin rules of inheritance, the spouse of Blackmoor Manor's current owner, that would be Linda since I'm the current owner, the spouse of the current owner must reside in the manor for at least 6 months. Should she or he leave the manor before 6 months is up, ownership of one half of the estate immediately passes to the next legal heir.
And that would be Mrs. Drake.
Correct.
I met your daughter Jane.
Quite the bundle of energy, isn't she?
I get the feeling that she's a little lonely.
I'm sure she is, what with a private tutor instead of school and Linda being under the weather. And coming back to Blackmoor no doubt reminds her of her real mother. Renee and I were divorced almost 2 years ago. Jane went into a bit of a tailspin for a while, but she's come to adore Linda. She's been calling her Mummy since the day we were married.
Have you spent much time on your father's computer, the one that's in the library?
I dare say I've never touched it. Mathematics, computer science, linguistics, all the things that fascinated my scholarly father bored me to tears. He gave up on me quite early on. With Jane, however, it was a different story.
What do you mean?
From the day she was born, my father doted on her, far more than he ever doted on me. Read to her, bought her books, games. Truth be told, I was a bit jealous. He passed away when she was still a toddler, so it's unlikely she remembers all the attention he showered on her. But I do, and I still find it so out of character as to be mystifying.
What do you know about the Beast of Blackmoor?
Pure medieval fiction, the product of little minds in an era of dangerously little education. I have forbidden Ethel to so much as mention it to Jane. Where did you hear about it?
The man doing research in the library, Nigel Mukherjee?
Another of my aunt's ideas. The fact that the Penvillins have never had a book written about them has been a perpetual source of social embarrassment for her.
How long has he had access to the library?
For months now. Not that he's much of a bother. He's quiet as a church mouse, and he never seems to set foot out of the library. He was recommended by a friend, and he has assured us over and over that the book he publishes will cast only a positive light upon the Penvillin name. Although, come to think of it, I never have seen the contract he agreed to sign, which was to put that promise in writing.
It was nice talking to you.
This is an extremely busy time for me, so I apologize in advance if you call and I'm unavailable.
I understand.
Good. Cheerio.
Pax sac serax ola noa nostra.
Again.
Pax sac serax ola noa nostra.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird. The time has come for closing books.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Goodbye.
Yes?
Goodbye.
Run along. Aren't you the pretty spider plant?
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Écoutez, répétez.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now. I need something else for this. I need something else for this.
Pax sax serax ola noa nostra.
Again.
Pax sax serax ola noa nostra.
Uh-oh, not good. Stay away, stay away.
What's not good?
Behind you! Don't look, don't look!
What's behind me?
Don't look, don't look!
I'm not falling for that. There's nothing there, Lulu.
Nothing there, fooled ya.
Bye, Bird.
Bob's your uncle. Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
I need the key.
Felicity, the door, the door! Felicity, the door, the door! And the winner is Lulu.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
Again.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
What was that? Scratch marks, like something was trying to get into my room.
Écoutez, répétez. Je suis, tu
I
es,
don't want to
il
disturb
est.
them.
Je suis, tu es, il est.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
How are you doing? Linda? I'll be going now.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. Hello!
Bye, Bird.
Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird.
Come back later, please.
Écoutez,
come back later, please?
Hi, Nancy.
Do you know of any secret passageways in the manor?
I found one, but all it did was lead to this funny picture.
Do you think you could show me where the passageway is?
Wouldn't you rather play a game with me? I'm so bored.
I'll play a game with you after you show me the passageway.
No, we'll play a game, and if you win, I'll tell you where it is. I got this at this really neat museum in the States. It's supposed to be an original Maya game, but don't worry. You don't have to, kill people or take their hearts out or anything. It's really easy to play. You roll the corn and move your warrior the number of dots on the corn. If no dots, then you get to move 5 spaces. You get 2 turns, but you can pass on your second turn. You just keep on going down this track, and you can capture my person if you land on him. Whoever gets all the warriors wins. I'll be blue. Here we go.
Your turn.
Pass.
Gotcha. Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
You can go.
All right! Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Ha!
Your turn.
Pass.
All right! Your turn.
Your turn.
You can go.
Pass.
Your turn.
Pass.
Your turn.
Pass.
Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
You can go.
Your turn.
You can go.
You can go.
Pass.
Your turn.
Pass.
Your turn.
You can go.
You can go.
Pass.
Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
Sorry.
Your turn.
You can go. Oh, no.
I win.
Okay, I found the secret passageway in the East Hall. That's the hall with the coat of arms on the door. But it's not a very exciting secret passageway. You're going to be totally bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game with me instead?
The East Hall is locked. Do you know how I can get in it?
My great-aunt took the key. She probably thought I'd break something in there. But I found another one. Here, you can keep it if you want.
Have you ever seen anything strange outside?
Once I saw my Uncle Roger's toupee fly off during a windstorm. Talk about freaky.
I mean, have you seen a strange animal outside?
No, but I have heard weird noises like this, howling. But not like a dog howling, more like something human. I don't want to think about that. It's scary enough having to live in this gloomy place.
Do you think there's a treasure hidden around here?
I highly doubt it. I mean, if there were, wouldn't someone have already found it? When I asked Ethel about it, she said that it's the Penville name and heritage that should be treasured. Blech.
Jane, did there used to be a telescope in my room?
Mm-hmm. I took it outside to look at the stars. But if you want it back, you'll have to play a game with me.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, what's the game?
Let's see how quick your reflexes are. I'll time you. If you get the puzzle done in time, I'll return the telescope. If not, then you'll have to try again. On your mark, get set, go! Five minutes. Four minutes. Three minutes. Two minutes. 1 minute. "30 seconds.
There.
You won. Good show. I'll put the telescope back in your room first chance I get.
The lady in black you saw in Linda's room, did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird. That's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
Have you played that game on the computer in the library about the 13 ghosts?
Why do you want to play some dumb old computer game when you can play a game with me? No, I've never played it.
Have you ever heard anything strange at night that sounds like chanting?
No.
I should get going.
Au revoir. Aren't you glad we don't have to use that thing to cook our food?
I saw the kitchen. What happened to it?
I guess you could say I happened to it, but it was Ethel's fault. She inspired me to study the oxidation rates of different kinds of cookie doughs. Only my snickerdoodle experiment got away from me.
I'm going to bake another cake for Lulu, if that's okay.
Go right ahead.
Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain. Hello!
Lulu want a yummy cake?
Cake! Lulu want cake! Delicious!
Bye, bird.
Bob's your uncle. Polly is a stupid bird. Polly is a stupid bird. And the winner is Lulu.
The hands move. If I want to look around in there, I'm going to need a flashlight.
The time has come for
So, did you find what you were looking for in that secret passageway?
Let's just say you live in a very interesting house.
I don't want to hear. It's so scary to think people can be looking about behind these walls. But you shouldn't tell anyone about them either. If you do, they'll probably close them off and say they're too dangerous.
Do you have a flashlight?
A flashlight? Oh, Nancy, flashlight is an American term. In the UK, we call it a torch. I don't have one, but I do have a whole bunch of glow sticks. If you want one, you have to play a game with me. That's the rule. This is a game I bought in Arizona. You have to make as many matches as possible. On your mark, get set, go!
stay tuned
Almost,
for
but not
more
quite.
Nancy Drew, The Curse of Blackmoor
She did
Manor.
that.
Au revoir.